I'm Vegas Runner here with Philly Godfather, good personal friend. You can follow him at twitter.com/Philly Godfather. I follow it. I'll tell you that. I love it.
Entertaining stuff.
I love entertaining and educational. You can't beat that. You can't beat that.
And I mean, it's priceless.
And I know that the best part is, like, because I know you so well, the information you're passing along, sometimes vague, but if you could read between the lines,
A lot of hidden agenda.
there's gold in
There's
there.
gold in
There's
there.
gold in there. There's gold in there. Like, you might subtly say money line or something, but
If you follow me long enough, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about without me actually saying it.
I couldn't agree more. And what I wanted to discuss right now is I've seen a trend, and being in this racket as long as I have, and being out here in Vegas, obviously you've come to know that there's different betting syndicates out there. There's different outfits that move lines. And one of the trends that I've seen is that outfits from certain regions seem to do so well betting on, but even better, like you said, betting against teams in their regions. For example, when you give me information or a play on a Philadelphia team in that area, I'm talking college, pro, all sports.
Every sport.
And not just Philadelphia, around that
Tri-state area, New York,
exactly.
Jersey.
The win percentage is just ridiculous.
It's through the roof.
And I think that falls back on information, and information that's not as readily available.
It's local information that everyone doesn't have, but we have it because we're local.
Where we talked about earlier in that video, before you were getting information way before it was factored into the number, way before it was sent out through line services, and because of that you were able to beat the market consistently.
Right.
Nowadays, some of that information that you had access to is a lot more readily available. It's a lot more factored into the price. With that said, being from a certain area, certain region, you're able to come up and uncover information that
Nobody
hasn't been
has.
factored
Right.
into the number.
Nobody has that info but us.
And you would say that probably your bigger bets are
Against the Philly teams, or against the New York teams, or against the Jersey teams.
So not only are you saying, I have no problem fading them, but you're fading them for a reason.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the information that we're getting is making us bury the game against our local teams that we love so much.
And the best part, and I think this is why it makes sense and why you guys do so well, is Philadelphia, New York, those are some of the biggest betting markets.
Yeah, everything goes through New York.
Everything does.
Everything goes through
At the
New
end
York.
of the day,
It's all New York.
at the end of the day, it's all New
It's all
York.
New York.
With that said, these are also some of the biggest high-profile teams, meaning they're always on ESPN. You're always going to see a New York team.
The Phillies team.
Exactly.
An Eagles team.
You're always going to see them
Giants
on
team.
those primetime marquee games. And we all know with those games, they're going to attract the most public money. Games that attract the most public money, obviously, the line's going to be factor in public perception the most, meaning the line may be off more than any other game.
Right.
So you guys are able to just take total advantage. Not only is the line off because of public perception, but now you're able to uncover that little bit of information.
That's where we do the most damage. Betting against the Sixers, betting against the Knicks, betting against the Eagles Monday night against Minnesota on the money line.
I remember that.
Plus 700.
I remember that. And a lot of times, knowing the contacts you have in other states, so if you know a syndicate, like you were saying, there was the total guys that were out there in California, let's just say, and they're betting a total on an LA team, you're loving it.
Oh, we're loving it. Local guys knowing about local information, we're all over that.
So any wise guys, obviously you deal with guys all across the country, some of your biggest positions are going to be bottom line. When this syndicate from this area is telling us to bet against a team in that area.
Oh, of course. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. These guys know exactly what's going on.
So they don't even have to tell you why.
No.
You just know.
We know. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
So if this syndicate from Florida exactly is betting against the Dolphins, it's not your job. You don't even care to find out why are they betting against the Dolphins. You just know this syndicate out there in Florida, they know these teams as well as I do the Philly teams. They're able to extract information like I'm able to.
Exactly. And what happens with these games, they win so much, if you got to lay an extra half a point, it's so worth it still. Because you know it's a done deal before it even goes off, 99% of the time.
So that's why I think it's so huge for bettors to realize that. I think they could gain the biggest advantage by following small conferences, small regions, even your average guy. Obviously, if you have connections like Philly Godfather has, it's a lot easier and you're getting it from all over the country. But your average bettor that lives in a smaller city, a small town, by following his team religiously, he may be able to pick up a tidbit of information that's going to give him an edge.
And that's the edge right there.
And that's all you're looking for.
That's all you're looking for is an edge.
So if you're anywhere in the country, and you are able to extract that one piece of information from your local news, from your newspaper, from your school newspaper, feel free to Twitter.
And let us know.
At Philly Godfather. Twitter. At Vegas Runner.
If your uncle's the trainer or whatever, I mean.
Feel free to share that information. Yeah. Because that's the kind you're looking for these days.
It all adds up.
There you have it. Don't be shy. Share the wealth. Read your paper. Follow your news.
And let us know about it.
And I'm all over it. I'm Vegas Runner. That's Philly Godfather. Enjoy.